afternoon and good evening to you guys. Welcome to the first of the week's edition of the Full 100. It is Monday the 8th of February today. Snowy day, London, London, Hertfordshire, just on the outskirts of London. Snowy day today, guys. Right, today's show is titled Depopulation Part 3. Those of you who keep up with the show, you've seen part 1, you've seen the part 2 to it. Today's show is about making that connection, right, between the groups that Trump, it's been revealed that Trump was paying, amongst other actors are paying lots of different groups. You only know 5, but there's going to be a few more that we don't know. And the monies that they received from Trump wasn't the only monies they've been receiving. I disclosed to you guys in part 2, the fella Macola, the couple who funded the same group that received, I do believe they received $160 or so thousand, also received 1.4 million from the couple to attack the Jewish community. So this show, guys, is about making the connection, right, between those groups that Trump funded, okay, to attack the black and Jewish communities, black minority and Jewish communities, to suppress vaccine, or what, to spread fake news. I'm guessing the reasons to suppress the vaccine uptake, right? So to make the connection between those groups and pay-as-you-go scientists who take any kind of money to say what you want. Basically, they're pay-as-you-go scientists. You heard it here first. I'm the first one to hear it, to label them that. So if you hear that name somewhere else, you know it came from this channel. So the connection between pay-as-you-go scientists, the groups that Trump funded, and the far-right extremist groups across the Western world, right? So this show is going to attempt to make that connection for you, and then you can make your own decision based on what you've seen. I have to say this though, right? The mainstream press, especially CNN, have taken this issue up since I've aired my 2 shows. This weekend, they put out a report, which I'm going to air some of it. But the difference is, they're going for the monetary side of things. They're trying to say that all of these actors, all of these bad actors who are coming into our neighborhoods, who are claiming they care about the African American community, saying they care about black nations, say now all of it is financial. That doesn't make any sense. I rather believe what I think, which is some are clearly going to be financial, others are both financial and racist, and then there are some that's going to be plain racist. So I'm not saying they're all racist, because the evidence is clear. There's some of them, and I'm going to air that evidence on this show. There's some of them who are in it for the money, but they know who they target. They target the least educated, they target the uninformed, and they target those who are already, scared of science. So they go like, don't listen to the scientists, listen to us. Take this, take that, and you'll be fine. And the black community was always looking for alternative medicine. We're used to, taking things like honey and lemon rather than paracetamol. So we're used to that sort of thing. So we're obviously a target for any snake oil salesman. So of course, I don't see just one motive. However, they all are swimming and in bed together. So without further ado, guys, let's get down to today's show. Now, I'm going to start. I've taken a few minutes to explain it. So I'm going to start with the first video. Now, this video comes in 2 parts. So this is the first part that breaks down what their story first, okay? Because the second part explains their reasoning. It's in the second video I'm going to show you that you're going to see they're pointing the watchers towards it's monetary. I guess some producer in the CNN newsroom just does not want to say there are white people out there, normal people out there who are trying to depopulate black people. They don't want to fathom it. However, the truth's the truth. So you guys make your minds up. Take a look at my first video, guys.
Some leaders of the anti-vaccine movement actually latched onto the so-called Stop the Steal movement, bringing together two conspiracy theories the day of the Capitol siege. CNN senior investigative correspondent Drew Griffin is working the story for us.
Thank you all for being here. This is incredible.
On January 6th, on a separate stage, yet very much part of the election protest, this micro rally had a different focus. These are the anti-vaxxers.
The forced COVID vaccine, such a scam.
Innocent people are being lined up, walking to their potential death.
Their event, part pandemic denial, part Stop the Steal, part prayer service for those who were participating in the Capitol storm.
We pray for the patriots that are there now, inside. They're trying to get inside that Capitol. Lord, use these people to eradicate this evil, these swamp creatures, the cesspool of filth and waste.
A CNN review finds the people involved in this micro rally are linking the anti-government Stop the Steal messaging to their anti-vaccine alternative health industry.
Roger Stone.
Some are directly connected to the disinformation network of Roger Stone. They name-drop Stop the Steal organizer Allie Alexander and are peddling the same type of conspiracy-linked health products as Alex Jones, essentially turning conspiracy into business.
This is war between good and evil.
Anti-vaccine advocate Charlene Bollinger, who planned the rally along with her husband Ty, introduced speaker after speaker, stopping occasionally to gleefully report what was happening in the Capitol about a block away. Her husband left the rally to join in.
I asked him, are you at the Capitol? He said, outside it. The Capitol has been stormed by patriots. We're here for this reason. We are winning.
Invited to speak, Dr. Simone Gold, the anti-vaxxer who seeks donations to push her conspiracies. She became infamous with a stunt news conference at the Supreme Court last summer, appearing with other doctors, including one who's claimed alien DNA is being put in medicine. This is what Gold said at a MAGA rally January 5th.
If you don't want to take an experimental biological agent deceptively named a vaccine, you must not allow yourself to be coerced.
The next day, Gold went inside the Capitol and was later arrested. Through her organization, Gold tells CNN she didn't participate in any violence or vandalism. Conspiracism is the special sauce that links them all together, according to extremism expert Imran Ahmed.
Welcome back, guys. Right, so you can see from that first part of the video, they are more or less disclosing what the issue is about basically snake oil salespeople, about the fake news and everything else. This second part of it now will show you the direction they're trying to point the viewer. Now, you see, this is the sort of thing that I know the press does. And when I hear people talk about the fake press and they always lie to you, it's not exactly the same, because what they tend to do is they will tell you the facts, unlike Fox and the right-wing media. They will tell you the truth. However, every so often you'll see them try and avoid the controversial side of what they're showing you. Because in my opinion, they're trying to say it's all about money. No, it's not. I fully disagree that it's all about money, like I said. And this is where me and the mainstream press will disagree, because I've got my own brain, I've got my own facts just like you have. You want to see it as money, I beg to differ. So take a look at the second video in that series now.
Making money is at the heart of it all.
These are snake oil salesmen. They're the oldest kind of liar and seller of deceit, of misinformation.
And let's just be very clear, for the money, for the profit.
Well, snake oil salesmen need to turn a profit.
That is apparent in the politics and business empire of rally organizers Ty and Charlene Bollinger.
Hello again, it's Ty and Charlene.
They have their own political action committee and run two businesses centered on conspiracies about cancer and vaccines. The Bollingers live on 13 acres in this 7,600 square foot, $1.5 million mansion in rural Tennessee, once featured on a realtor website. Websites are businesses marketing their video series that cost up to $500, an air purifier that's more than $300, body cleanses, and other unproven health products. People that believe this may not get a life-saving vaccine because of it. That is the real problem here, and they don't even realize that all of this is based on the fact that somebody wants to profit off of a conspiracy theory.
I will tell you, I knew this is something I've been watching for some time, because one of the unanswered questions to me, actually I think there is an answer, one of the most fascinating developments over the last few months is how the former president, who touted how hard he worked to get a vaccine, once they were approved and found to be safe, hasn't done a thing to personally promote people taking them. The former president isn't out there saying, everyone, go get vaccinated right away. He didn't go on camera getting vaccinated himself. Why? Why? Ask yourself why. He knows that a huge part of his support comes from people like this in the piece you just did, Drew. It's really interesting to see that.
Welcome back. Now, you see that clip. At the end of that clip, that's a crucial bit of question or point that John Berman raised, right? The question is, yeah, there's one he didn't ask. I'm asking now. The question is, why would Donald Trump pay groups who specialize in disinformation targeted at minority communities? Why would he do that? No one's answered that yet. Why would he not take the vaccine like Obama, like Biden and Harris, and all that we saw the Israeli world leader, every world leader who was taking this thing, every person in any country leadership position, they've all shown you, the Prime Minister of Canada, they've all taken the vaccine on camera to say, look, we're taking it. Trump, who was in charge of so-called Operation Warp Speed that he boasted about, is the only one who hasn't taken it. And then the third question, which is what John Berman raised, is why the silence? So on top of why the silence, there's also why was he funding disinformation groups? Why hasn't he taken the vaccine? And then why the silence? Okay? Now, this clearly isn't all about money. It's not all about money, because his silence doesn't enrich those people. He paying them money out of the Paycheck Protection Program meant for people who are on the floor in this pandemic, going to groups that spread bad information. Well, they got money from him. They're getting money from everywhere. Why would it be a money thing for them? No, they are getting money to do what they do best, which is spread disinformation. And those 5 groups, of those 5 I identified, one that targets the Orthodox Jews, which is the Jews with the sideburns and stuff, the Orthodox Jews, and the other, there's at least another 4. The other 4, at least 2 of them have identified specialize in the black communities. The other ones are going to be black community and wherever else. So that's a huge question that the CNN report talking about money does not deal with. Now, I'm going to show you guys some of the characters that are running this show, yeah? So take a look at Marjorie Taylor Greene and listen to how she talks. She's part of the team. Take a look.
Many Americans are like blind sheep, just going through life, not paying attention. There is an Islamic invasion into our government offices right now.
The so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash. That's another one of those Clinton murders, right? Q is a patriot. We know that for sure. Again, I don't have any proof of this, but we're talking about who is Q, so I'm going to tell you what he says. Many in our government are actively worshiping Satan, or they call Moloch. Q is saying that they participate in pedophilia and spirit cooking. We already saw there was an email came out of the WikiLeaks emails where Cheryl Moles, and she told Hillary Clinton in an email that she was going to sacrifice a chicken to Moloch in her backyard. Saudi Arabia, the Rothschilds, and Soros, he says, are the puppet masters that fund this global evil. There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take this global cable of Satan-worshipping pedophiles out.
Now meet the couple Ty and Charlene Bollinger. Now with these lot, they're all about the money. However, they're very, very racist. Their whole organization is about white supremacy. So take a look at them.
Hello again. It's Ty and Charlene.
Have you all heard about the truth about cancer or the truth about vaccines? Yes.
This is Frankenscience. We've got to stop it.
Welcome back. Now, the famous Dr. Simone Gold and her alien DNA sidekick, Black Doctor, who's as crazy as they come. She's the token, she's the face. What these people do, like the priests and the vicars that they put in videos earlier this year, she's the face that these organizations have to have a black person saying this stuff. So take a look at them too in action.
Dr. Simone Gold, the anti-vaxxer who seeks donations to push her conspiracies. She became infamous with a stunt news conference at the Supreme Court last summer, appearing with other doctors, including one who's claimed alien DNA is being put in medicine.
Having seen that, now take a look at Simone in action, caring about us. How nice. Take a look.
You know, the more you dig into this stuff, the more upsetting it gets. So I gave this talk only once before, about 2 weeks ago, and I approached the black community. I'd like to just talk straight and openly. I was well aware as a physician that African Americans and other black and brown minority persons had a natural antipathy towards vaccines.
How she starts that off, if I was close to her, I would have thrown my shoes at her. I'm not lying to you. I'm not violent towards women, but I'm violent towards racists. Yeah? Because I know what their intentions are, is to get rid of me and mine. Yeah? See how she starts it off? Oh, looking into this further, it upset me for the African American. Upset you? A week, 2 weeks later, she was running with the Proud Boys and the OOV keepers and KKK and all of the racist lot. She's there with them. Yeah? You're listening to, when you're in that midst, there's nothing else conversation-wise going on other than supremacy and Trump. And the Democrats are evil, and anyone who's not voting Trump is evil, and anyone who's not a Republican and as nutty as they are needs to be eliminated. So if you're running with those people, African Americans or black countries is the enemy. That's what you want to get rid of them. Anyway, let's move to the next one. This is the lady that got shot deservedly in the insurrection the other day, trying to break through the glass to get at lawmakers, and she was shot in the neck and died. Take a look at who she is.
At least one supporter died that day. This woman, Ashley Babbitt, tried to break through a door inside the Capitol. She was shot to death by a Capitol police officer. She was a 14-year veteran of the Air Force and the Air National Guard. This is her in a QAnon shirt at a Trump rally in September.
That, my friends, is the squad. Some of the squad. They're all different. The first one I showed you was a politician. The second was I showed you were a couple. They are basically snake oil salespeople. Simone Gold and her friends are doctors, but racist as hell. Then you got the Air Force lady who got shot. Now, they're all from different walks of life, but one thing brings them together, and that's racism and anti-Jewish sentiments and all of that stuff, right? Now, my last clip, a short one as well. Listen to a security expert bring them all together, and I'll see you guys on the other side to say my goodbye.
And when I'm the chief strategist of the Network Contagion Research Institute, and we noticed a minimum of 7 white nationalist or white supremacist groups that were involved in this siege. When you look at specific members of QAnon were involved, when you're looking at the Proud Boys, when you're looking at Oath Keepers, you can go down the line. When you look at these individuals that were involved.
Look, I don't for 1 minute believe that this is all to do with money. However, people are getting rich by spreading this fake news. There are people who, like the couple I showed you, that that was their profession anyway, before all of this started, yeah? And now this has come about, they're jumping on it. And if you pay them to target certain communities, that's what they're going to do. I don't think this is all to do with money. I think this is about money, suppression of uptake of vaccines in certain specific communities, as well as dark intentions to see numbers of minorities dying. With that, I'm going to end my show. You decide. My job on this channel is to bring you the evidence that I see and to explain my take on it and why I've taken that position. It's also to discount or to be a devil's advocate to any of our positions out there on any matter. But the bottom line, guys, is when you watch this, you make your own mind up. I never tell anyone on these channels, on my channel, sorry, what to decide or what to think. You've seen this, you decide. And I'll see you all, guys. I'll see you all on Wednesday on the next edition. In the meantime, have a brilliant week and take care, protect yourselves, and hit subscribe if you appreciate what we're doing. Thanks. See you soon. Bye-bye.